you're back. Yes, Sushant is here. Everybody else, Sushant, just put a message to everybody so
Yes,
that they
ma'am.
can join. Other than Sushant, who else is the CR?
Ma'am, Megha Srivastava is there as a CR, but I guess she's
He's not
absent
today.
today. Yeah, she's absent.
Gaurav is here. Anshika. I'm sorry if I'm pronouncing it wrong. Anshika. Virender, Saili. Please come on camera, everybody. Okay. So by the time that everybody is joining, at least we can start our next round of GD for those who have not participated, because I want to hear everybody today. So those who have not participated, please nominate yourself. Chat box. I think Anshika has not, right? Okay, Anshika.
Hello, ma'am.
Yes.
Yeah, can I go? So I think Sushant has messaged.
You. Hi. Yeah. Sure.
I will be there. I just come back in 15.
Whenever you're back, just come on camera.
Yes,
Okay.
yes.
Okay.
Thank you, ma'am.
Yeah. So who else? Please nominate yourself. Anshika is there. Who else will participate in the next GD? Give your names, please. Akriti has already participated. Harsh has. Rajvi, please nominate yourself. Rajvi, you're there? Sudhanshu,
Yes, ma'am.
can you please nominate yourself?
I can do the group discussion thing, but I can't switch on the camera because I've already packed my camera with my luggage. So
Okay, no
it's a
problem.
detachable camera.
Next time, I would like to see you on camera. Okay. Okay. Rutuja has nominated herself. So we have 3 people. Who else? Not participated. Please nominate yourself. Where is everybody else? Saili, have you participated? You have? Okay. Apurba. How do you pronounce the name?
Ma'am, it's Apurva.
Apurba, please nominate yourself.
Okay, ma'am.
4 people, okay. Then Rajvi is not there.
Can I go again?
Saili?
Yes, ma'am. I couldn't really participate because of the noise. If that is fine.
Okay. Yeah, in between, see, when you can unmute yourself, just when you speak, you can unmute. So that is okay. So Saili, you can also come. 5. Saksham, have you participated?
No, actually, I nominated for last time, but I didn't get time to.
You didn't get a chance. Okay. Yeah, okay. So I think you can also join.
Okay.
Saksham,
Yeah.
6 people we have. We need 2 more people. Saksham, Nisha has participated. Who else is remaining? Pratna, Sudhanshu is here. Okay. Vihang. Asha. Asha, you're there?
Ma'am, it's Astha.
Sorry. Astha. You there, Astha? I think she got logged out. Rajvi, Vihang, Virender participated, right? Earlier. Okay, fine. We'll start with these many people at least, and then we'll take the other ones in the next group. Okay, please put a message, Sushant, everybody, that you will not get attendance of the earlier session also if you don't be in this class. Huh?
Okay,
As a message. Okay. Yeah. So, your topic is some people believe that in future, people will people would stay in only live-in relationships and there won't be any marriage. Marriage will become, the institution of marriage will become outdated. Some people believe that.
Ma'am, can I start?
I need somebody to keep time. Gaurav, can you keep the time, please? You can
ma'am.
give them 10 minutes and just give them a heads up at 8 minutes. Yeah. Yes, Rutu, just start.
Ma'am, I don't really agree with that statement because considering our values and ethics, we never see that. Like even today, if me myself go in something like that, even my parents will be like, no, you are doing something wrong, because we live in a society where, you know, for in the age of 20 to 30, we feel like our opinion, you know, our decisions should not matter. But the fact is it does matter, and it does get affected by the society too. So I think it should matter a lot. Yeah, that's it.
Ma'am,
from
I
my
would
side.
like to
Thank you.
continue. So when there is only live-in relationship and not marriage, there is a lack of commitment. And if there is a lack of commitment, the partner will not be satisfied with the person, obviously, because you will not meet their parents. Your parents won't be living with you, and people are concerned about their parents. In India, yes, they are. So obviously they will also think about our parents, and we cannot abandon our parents when we grow up. There's a time then that you have to take care of your parents, because they didn't even abandon you, like do whatever you want, we are not paying for you. They did, right? So we also have to take care when they get old.
Well, I would like to add a point, ma'am, talking about the tradition and culture of India, ma'am, somewhere it will be not right to completely like live in. Like at some point of time, you have to consult with your family, and we have to take their understanding as well from that, because decisions taken from our side, from our art, will sometimes not be that great in time in terms of future, because our parents have more experience about the families and relationships. So taking understanding from them, it will also be good.
Ma'am, I will. Okay, go ahead.
Okay.
Go ahead.
I agree with the system that we need marriages in our society. And one of the main reason is companionship. You cannot, you obviously, every person needs another person to take care of the other person. And basically you need companionship. So I believe marriage is important for that reason. And live-in relationships don't really last long, because you have a problem of being loyal, being with the person. So that's my purpose. I'm sorry, I can't think too much about the noise.
Ma'am, I would also like to add one point that earlier it used to happen like the girl was not, the girl was not shown her husband's photo. Like she was, there were no reveal done about any other details. It was just on the spot. But later on, as we see, there are changes. So it might happen that after a few decades, this trend might go on, because as we see in other countries, they too follow this system. So I think after some decades, there might be this acceptability done.
So yes, ma'am, if people are bind in the marriage, so they will try to work on their problems, relationship problems. They will know that yes, they have a commitment. So if there's a problem, they have to be like discussing it and not go to divorce. But in live-in relationships, if there's a small problem, it is like, I cannot see a future with you and everything. So there is a very like you can do free exit from the relationship, and that's a bad thing, because in marriage you cannot do that. You have to think twice that yes, the marriage is getting over and everything.
Ma'am, I would like to add one more point. The only basic commitment we know is two people living together. But there is a new trend going on where you can have a pet or something with us that will be also called as commitment. For example, if I'm in a relationship, so I can just have a pet, and wherein we both are committed to that pet, and that will show the consideration whether we are really into each other or not. Ma'am, if you allow me, I would like to add a few things. to
After
this
the group
discussion.
finishes, then
Okay, ma'am. Okay. That's
come on
definitely
camera,
acceptable.
Pratna, everybody come on
Ma'am,
camera.
actually, I have stepped out for like 5 minutes. I'll be home in like 5 minutes.
Okay. Yes, group continue.
Ma'am, if there is a long time relationship, people get suffocated with that. Okay, and when in a marriage, we have seen it like from many years, so we know that you can't get suffocated from marriage. Like, yes, it happens in some cases, but it's not very natural that after 10 years you're like, no, I don't want him. I want another person in my life. I'll get married again. It doesn't happen like that. So that's a
What about the other people in the group? Who all were there in the group?
Ma'am, I would like to add one point that in India we follow traditions and values. So I don't believe live-in will has any future in India. So I believe traditional weddings are only perfect.
But then, ma'am, I even have one question. Then, why are so many divorces happening currently? Like the cases are rising.
Expectations.
Yeah.
People have many expectations from each other, and they don't want to work on themselves. They just want to force their expectations on their other halves. Like
Ma'am, but then
if we take the example of a living relationship, there is no commitment between both of them. You can fight over a food and the relationship will be over, but a marriage is an institution that it's formed by the society, and that helps protect the marriage in a long term. Suppose if you are married, there is a fight, then the marriage won't get over just because there is a fight. They will work on it and they will make it last. But if we live in a relationship, it's not something that has a chance to even work till the evening. Suppose your relationship start in the morning, but it can get over by evening. And if we talk in human evolutionary way, then so marriage is an important factor of a human survival. Because in living relationship, people don't want to take chance, don't want to have children and all the things. But marriage is an institution where two people come together and create a life together. So if we talk purely based on the evolutionary way, marriage is an important institution.
ma'am, and in India, normally
8 minutes done. Okay, 2 minutes left.
2 minutes are left, 8 minutes are done. 2 minutes, please conclude group, yeah?
in normally in India, accepting the love marriage is so difficult. So coming to live-in relationships will be like, we can't think about like 50 years it's going to happen, because love marriage till now it's not acceptable in very many families. There are many issues, there are many things that they are considered, and it's not very normal in, for people to handle that.
And living relationship will going to be an acceptable term in the future, but it's not good for a society or as a country or any way, because it's create a bad precedent for the society, and this will go on a wrong path in the future in the long term if we don't correct it. Like take the examples of modern countries, like they are facing a lot of problems, like South Korea, ma'am. South Korea is facing all these problems due to these live-in relationship. Their population density is so low that they are facing a crisis in the near future too.
Anyone else in the group? No? Okay, then fine. Again, a good job. The group really gave us very interesting points. Anybody else from the audience wants to add?
Would like to add the thing.
Yes.
I guess both is not wrong. I guess nothing is wrong, be it live-in relationship or be it a marriage, because I guess living with being in a living relationship before marrying a person is must, rather than just marrying an unknown person. You get to know each other. And talking about the problems, I guess it depends on the individual, how they tackle it and how they understand each other. So I guess marriage is just an like an authority is there just to just in case you have a problem or anything, you can just go there and solve it. And more than that, I guess it depends on the individuals how they tackle with their relationship. And I feel for every relationship we need to work, be it except for mother father, I guess for every relationship we have to work, be it friendship or be it marriage or anything. So I guess living is also not bad. So yeah, that's my view.
Ma'am, I
Ma'am,
also
the
agree
entire
that the point.
institution
I
of
also,
marriage. Please,
I,
Dharmit, please go ahead.
ma'am, the basic motto of live-in or marriage is to that the partner should stay together. They should understand each other. And we know it's the perception of every individual is different. And in India, we are like that. एक बार शादी होगी तभी मैं serious होऊंगा. This is how the perception of most of the Indians is there. So it's very comedy, I would say, but this is something very wrong. But when you go in some European nations or any Western countries, they are serious from day one with their partner. So this is something very beautiful in their bond. You should be serious from the day one. You should understand it. And the basic motto is to stay together. So it never matters if you are in a live-in or you are in a like a marriage or some sort of thing. In India, what we do is that we need something for the authorization purpose. If someone like if any youngsters walk with any girl, people will say, "Ha, inda kuch chal raha hai." So this is how the perceptions matters. So what happens, we have, created that image that the live-in relationships, all those before the marriage is something, a very bad thing or a taboo. So we should not look from that point of view.
Thank you so much, Dharmit. Ma'am, yes, ma'am. So I believe, firstly, this is all coming from what I've seen around me and what kind of environment I'm in. I believe the entire foundation of marriage in India works on codependency. The woman is dependent on the man to provide, and the man is dependent on the woman to take care of the household. As we have evolved in a society wherein now equal opportunities are being given to both men and women, they are both self-sufficient. So what happens in this situation is there is a certain certain ego clash, but this happens at a much later stage wherein you know the person that you're with and you have spent a significant amount of time. No matter how many times you go on a date, you will never know a person until you start living with them. So yes, I believe with the coming days, I think live-in relationship can work better. Of course, if things go very well and you are comfortable at a point wherein you can involve your families, that is when you can go ahead with the marriage. I would not say कि बस तुमको शादी ही करनी है. Again, there is a problem with marriage because this again is coming. I'll give you an example. I have 5 cousins. 5 of them are married. Out of the 5 of 3 of them are facing like serious relationship constraints wherein both partners are separated. I have friends in the age group of let's say 32 to 38, wherein most of the male partners, I have noticed that they all have been cheating on their wives and the wives do not have a clue about it. Okay, so if you have to do this, might as well don't get married. तुमको अगर ये करना ही है, इससे अच्छा साथ में रह लेते हैं ना, क्योंकि क्या होता है इस सिचुएशन में कि 2 or 3 things are avoided. One, since there is no, the person is free to leave the relationship. If things go above a certain level wherein you both cannot communicate, you both cannot stay in the same room together, you can walk out of the relationship without the tag of being a divorced person. Because again, being a divorced person in India is a stigma. There is a problem. If they both the partners, they do not get married, the entire concept of alimony comes out of the picture. भरना ही नहीं पड़ेगा. There is no monetary property share नहीं करना है, कुछ नहीं करना है. You can just walk out. And again, I do not believe कि put your faith or make your relationship work on, you know, adopting a pet, committing to the pet or committing to the baby. Because what happens is these couples, उनको कोई ना कोई ये एक सजेशन देने वाला एक इंसान होता ही है कि बच्चा कर लो सब सही हो जाएगा, ठीक है? And then बच्चे की life is, it's, you know, it's miserable because again the parents don't get along, the child has 2 Christmases, 2 Diwalis, and uski life to fuck ho jati hai. And the couple, they themselves, they are not happy in the relationship, so 3 lives are at stake. So before committing to marriage, you need to know what kind of person are you going to live with, what kind of background does the person have, कि उनके parents को तुम tolerate कर सकते हो कि नहीं कर सकते हो. You need to find out all of those questions. All of those difficult questions have to be asked since day one. Only then it is going to work out. And me as a person, I'm losing my faith in the entire concept of marriage because I know for a fact most of them are out cheating. Most of them.
Ma'am, I want to add, I'm so much fun in this topic, right? Okay.
Yes.
So I want to add, I want to add
know
one
all of
thing,
your
ma'am.
opinions because this is very, very relevant to you.
Yes, ma'am. I want to add one thing. So in a very, very recent outbreak, once my mother told me, Rahul, that is my nickname, you are going to get married in the next 2 to 3 years. Okay. So I just replied to her, no, no way, leave-in is the only option. So she said a particular single line which hit me very hard. She said that, Rahul, at certain point, you need to know to shackle yourself up, to chain yourself up in certain at a certain point of life. So I asked her what is the situation. So just like Prarthana mentioned, everyone here mentioned, most of my people of my age or 2 or 3 notches higher, most of the couples are going through bad phase that I personally know, or are either getting divorced or trying to get divorced or separated or trying to work things out. So mom mentioned out one thing, that we have a very, very basic problem in us, the younger generations or the generations that we are talking about. We don't know the basic discipline of patience and sacrifice. According to my mother, she's just simply said that you lack the same. That is why you said that being in a relationship in a where marriage is not important might be sounds cool to you, but she said to me that I have gone through a lot. I have raising you to me and my brother, raising you to, I have sacrificed a lot. Your father has sacrificed a lot. But that is the basic thing. And Sudhanshu, once I heard Sudhanshu saying that South Korea and Japan, they are in the scenario where the age number is a very big issue. New babies aren't born. It is not due to the fact that they are in a living relation. Trust me, they are married. Japan and South Korea doesn't have any unmarried couple. They are married couple. They have decided not to have any child.
I didn't say the living relationship. I said because of the singleness. There's a documentary you can watch.
So they don't want to have any child. That's a separate issue. And the questions that we were having, the debate that we are having, that whether one should get in a marriage or live-in relationship, I'll always say that the point of being in a live-in relationship, if we see, it's always about having options, keeping in our mind that it might not work out. Because we are being from the very basics, we are being told to always think about the negativity as well as the positivity for any particular situation. Corporate में भी ऐसा ही होता है. When going to a situation, कुछ एक्ट करना है कि इसका नेगेटिव साइड क्या हो सकता है, यही हम सोचते हैं, इसका पॉजिटिव साइड क्या हो सकता है, यही हम सोचते हैं. दैट इज द रीजन कि आ जाता है कि लिव इन में रहना है कि नहीं रहना है. ऑफ कोर्स लिव इन में रहना है, मतलब यू नीड टू स्टे विथ योर पार्टनर एटलीस्ट फॉर अ ईयर और 2 टू अंडरस्टैंड वेदर इट्स गोइंग टू वर्क आउट नॉट. बट इट शुडंट मीन द फैक्ट कि मैं इसी ऑप्शन से रह रहा हूँ क्योंकि आई गेट टू रन अवे फ्रॉम इट और आई गेट टू क्विट अवे फ्रॉम इट जस्ट बिकॉज इट्स नॉट वर्किंग आउट. एंड ट्रस्ट मी, इट इज व्हाट इज हैपनिंग in the Western countries as well as in India, and I have seen it myself.
Okay.
I would like to add one more point.
Okay.
I know understanding someone whom we are going to marry is a good thing, but if we are living in a live-in relationship and we both are trying to understand each other, but there is a fact कि ऐसा जरूरी नहीं है आज सब चीजें सॉर्ट आउट हैं तो वो आगे भी हो जाएंगी, एंड इन केस मैरिज भी हो जाती है एंड चीजें सॉर्ट आउट नहीं हो रही है, तो इन लिव इन रिलेशनशिप वी डू हैव the freedom to leave the partner, but in marriage sometimes मतलब हम कोशिश करते हैं कि हाँ ये किसी तरह से चल जाए, और इन लिव इन रिलेशनशिप हमारे पास फुल्ली फ्रीडम होती है कि हाँ ठीक है नहीं चल रहा है छोड़ो, सर दर्द नहीं लेना है, मतलब ये एक मेंटेलिटी भी बन जाती है कि हाँ ठीक है सर दर्द नहीं लेना है छोड़ो। और मैरिज में ये कई बार हमारे दिमाग में थोड़ा एक प्रेशर रहता है कि if the certain things are not going well, then we should try the best of us to get the things on a track. So yes, it's good to understand each other with maturity, but मतलब ऐसा भी नहीं कह सकते कि marriage is all about going wrong. मतलब live in में at least एक इतना burden नहीं होता है जितना marriage में होता है with the tag of divorced person, as Pratna said.
Okay. Deepika, you just had mentioned कि live in relationship में लोग सदर नहीं लेते निकल जाते. It's when you were living with a person you developed an attachment. इतना जल्दी तो कोई नहीं निकलता, वो तो resolve करने की कोशिश
बहुत आसान रहता है प्रार्थना, एक्चुअली लिव इन रिलेशनशिप से निकलना बहुत आसान रहता है कंपेयर टू मैरिज।
सुबह इतना आसान भी नहीं होता, लेकिन
नहीं होता। देन अगर इतना आसान है ना,
लाइव एग्जांपल
एक मिनट, अगर इतना आसान है ना लिव इन रिलेशनशिप से बाहर निकलना, then your relationship was not worth starting in the first place.
Yeah, even so yeah, I mean, I really like the way you all have brought your points, and I'm happy that you all have strong points. Yes, Dharmit?
Ma'am, what I feel is that every individual is different. हर एक का situation अलग होता है. We can't just say that the marriage or this thing is right or wrong for he or her. So it's depend upon you and your partner. You have to discuss that and you have to work accordingly.
That's another perspective. Yes.
Am I really sorry for people who think like marriage is the only
yes.
I feel so sorry for all those people who really think like marriage is the only binding factor to save their relationship.
Yes, ma'am. Because you know what, the love or the satisfaction mentally, emotionally you get, it depends on the person, not on the status of live-in or marriage, I feel. So it should be like, how you reciprocate with your partner and you live. So that what's at the end of the day matter, not what is the status of your relationship.
So are we coming to another point where we are talking about the quality of relationship or what kind of relationships we have today? That is something that we really need to think about.
Yes, ma'am.
Rather than
again,
yes,
Bill Gates, Melinda Gates, they've been married for so many years together.
But we have
grown old together, right?
Ma'am, we have deviated from the point actually. We are debating on a separate point and we have come to a quality of relationship, ma'am. Both are very different.
Yeah, I don't believe this is deviation. Yeah. I think this is improvement. From the topic, we have come to a point wherein we understand the root cause of what is going to work or not. I think this is improvement. This is progress.
So what is the major difference between live-in and marriage? That is the legality involved here?
Legality, it's just a contract.
We can say it as a step, like after a live-in relationship, when yes, this is it, then you can go to marriage, and that's the last step that you can take in your life regarding relationships.
Okay.
And marriage institution to isliye na, because we are so evolved. If we look at animals, they don't get married.
Yeah, but we live in civilization.
Civilization, right? So if we do have to, if we believe that this is the person I want to spend the rest of my life with and I love this person, go ahead, get married, be happy. But don't just, मैंने शादी कर ली तो यही end of the world है, ऐसा नहीं होता है.
A very good example.
Oh, very right.
Radha and Krishna.
So all of these, yes, a lot of interesting examples and interesting points have come up, and as Gaurav said that yes, we are like really going into a lot of different topics. right? Along with what we started off with. So yes, we started with the question
Actually,
whether
this conversation was a amalgamation of various thoughts. Like Prarthana had a very, very good point. Vihang had a very important one-liner, but a very, very important one-liner he just mentioned. And yes, if we all see the discussions that we had all through, there were every little aspects that you would want to take and actually be in your part and take a part of it. So it was a very fruitful one.
yes, it's like, even when these discussions happen as a class, as a group of people, when you open up and you openly discuss things, it kind of brings a lot of kind of a bonding that binds you together and gives you that strength, that yes, you all are together and you all are there to support each other. So that is why I'm very happy that you are so openly discussing. And one interesting thing I want to tell you, or want something that I've even seen here in this class also, that one area where we Asians and we Indians especially have struggled is debating healthily, because we all have been, right from our when we grow up, we have lived in the world of single-mindedness. We are taught single-mindedness. What is single-mindedness? जो मैंने बोला वो ही सही है, तुम्हारी बात गलत है. If to prove myself right, I kind of take it as a kind of an assault on me, that you're differing in opinion with me. And that is one of the challenges, that we cannot have healthy debates. Debating and argumentation is a very important part in any society, should be given that important part, and it is okay. We agree to disagree. So it's okay, I have an opinion, you have a different opinion with me, I still respect you. And we can very healthily, respectfully discuss. Sudhanshu?
Ma'am, it's just not an Indian thing. It's a whole world's perspective, right? Like you look in the West, there is a difference of opinion between left and right. They always cut through each other. Take the look example of the American media. They are always on the cutthroat competition with each other.
I would like to tell you that one of the things that we learned, so there are a lot of challenges with the West also. They have their own issues. But one of the areas that you can really learn from them is they are at least much better, and they are a good example in terms of healthy debate. They are not totally good.
No, ma'am. Hardly, ma'am.
Sudhanshu, they are actually good.
Hear me out.
No. Do you want examples?
No, I'm telling you.
Recent example.
It happens. The examples would be there. I'm not saying examples won't be there. Okay. But there would be examples of the other way around also. Because see, something like having a TV series, which actually is something which is totally opposite to what the government would agree, or what the government would allow. Allowing that. Have you seen the TV series Homeland? Homeland is an American TV series.
Yes, ma'am.
Which is totally a big question mark on what US politics is about, or what US policy about international politics is. So that is something, even though there would be people in the government, there would be a lot of people who would not want and who would speak against, but still they do. If you compare their media, comparatively, there will be factions there also. Comparatively, that part of media, or that part of that particular part of the world, is something we all learn from. Have you watched this TV series Chernobyl?
Chernobyl, the one in 2019, yes.
Chernobyl is something which was made, of course, by Americans, but what they have made is that TV series is about Russia. And Russia is the greatest example of not accepting the truth. It is just my image. Our image is what we care for. So हम government है तो हमारा कुछ गलत होना ही नहीं चाहिए. That was USSR, when USSR was there. So Chernobyl was a nuclear plant accident that happened, and so much so that when that accident happened, they did not accept it themselves, and so they could not really protect themselves from the enormity of that incident, because what they did, they ignored. They said it is a small accident, and your firefighters who all went on site, they didn't have that protective gears to help them against radiation, and they went to help there, and they died in a few days. Still, the government did not accept. What they did at the end is, like the leakage, was captured in one of the European countries' nuclear reactors. I don't remember the name. So that country said that Sweden said that this our reactor is catching and it is not from our plant, it is from somewhere in Russia. And at that time, Russia had to forcefully accept that this is a kind of an accident against the advice of their own, nuclear scientists. Okay, so that is something that government, how they would do, how your China government, how US government also would do. A lot of things. There is another documentary you watch on CIA, on Amazon Prime. CIA, about the CIA, that what CIA is and what they have done, and totally very wrong, of course. But comparatively, I'm saying now, there would be some instances, really good examples to learn from. Not to say that they are totally like that. They are totally correct. I totally agree with you, Sudhanshu, that there are a lot of examples where they have also had their own challenges. Yes, but there are a lot of things to learn from them. There are a lot of things to learn from us as a country. Like, for example, as a country, we, India, is a greatest example of maturity. See, as a country, have we ever done an offensive attack on any country? Have we ever done? No, we have never done offensive. We have always been defensive.
Defensive.
Always been defensive. Yes, it has cost us in certain things, but maturity, if you look at our country, our constitution, if you look at it, is one of the richest constitution. So we have a lot of things to give to the world and a lot of things to learn from others. If we will accept it, that yes, let's go and accept from there also, and not do they don't have to be God to learn from them. They are also imperfect people. They have their challenges, but they have certain good things to learn from. Why not learn from them and learn from and teach the other people also? If that happens, right, then definitely a lot of challenges of the world will be taken care of. If we can just healthily argue. And I like that in this class, that at least you are speaking right and you are respecting each other when you are giving opinions. If it's something very, very strong.
Healthy argument or healthy debate, we should rather consider the fact of the degree कितना healthy debate हो जाता है. कंपेयर अगर कर रहा है तो वेस्ट में, आई बिलीव कि वेस्ट में हेल्दी डिबेट ज्यादा होता है, मिडिल ईस्ट में नहीं होता है.
यस, 100% उनका भी नहीं है.
100% नहीं होगा. डिग्री ऑफ फ्रीडम कितना है डिबेट करने के लिए, that should be taken into consideration.
That should be taken into consideration to learn from certain things, not to label. Another thing that we human beings do is label. When you start labeling,
yes,
somebody is good, somebody is bad, somebody is less good, less bad. When you start labeling, then you stop growth. In psychology, it is said that talk about the behavior of an individual. When I say Sushant like presents well, so I would act that okay, Sushant, you presented very well today. Rutuja, you made a very good argument. So I don't say that Rutuja, you are a good presenter, or Sushant, you are a good presenter. When I say you are a good presenter, then I'm labeling you. Instead, I said you presented well. You presented well yesterday. You presented today also well. You made this mistake yesterday. So when I say, so you are not your mistake. Your behavior is not you. When I kind of label you that, see, you are good, you are bad, not only in terms of bad, but even in good, that stops the growth. Growth comes from where that, okay, जो मेरा काम है मैंने अच्छे से किया या बुरे से किया, मैं ना बुरा हूं ना अच्छा हूं. I will perform well, I will not perform well sometimes. I will make mistakes. I'm allowed to. I'm an imperfect human being. And so is everybody else. When you accept, when you come from there, a lot of calm, patience comes in. Also, I think Gaurav mentioned about impatience, isn't it? So we live in a world of instant gratification today. You know, instant gratification, like मुझे अभी के अभी जो चाहिए अभी के अभी मिलना चाहिए. And we want and we are getting it. So we have become used to that kind of stuff. A little bit of discomfort, inconvenience. Whereas if you will see traditionally what our forefathers have taught us, they have given us very, very good wisdom wala points. They have said that yes, it's always something as simple as karam karo phal ki chinta mat karo. That has a lot of wisdom in it. The way human beings are we get birth on this world and the way we live, one thing that has come out all the times, right, through experience over civilizations is that the one who plants the seeds doesn't get to sit in the shade of the tree. When you plant the seed at that time, if you will think in a seed झाड़ चाहिए, thing lot of others have planted, you have planted in the past, will become trees today. So you're not instantly made all the times. If you can have patience a bit, calm, trust, you want to repair and work on things, working on relationships, yes. Just because you want instant gratification, you don't want with that.
Yes,
my connection is unstable. Yeah. So that is what is a little bit of discomfort. Hard work is what makes you who you are. That is a very cliche thing, but it's very true. You really have to work hard to get something and then you enjoy it. So you'll have to work hard on relationships also. You have to give time to relationships also.
Ma'am, with respect to relationships, I read this one article where it was written that you just don't, they always say that be yourself in your relationship. Be yourself. Be yourself. No, you don't be yourself. If you love the other person, you try to improve yourself every single day. You strive hard to be with that person every single day. The person or the other end of the person, like my partner also has to strive to be the best for me for that particular day. Every day when we do this, and the accumulation of all those efforts will then, it would result in a fruitful relationship. You will face conflict. You're gonna face a lot of conflict when you're together, and all of these conflicts mostly come when you live together. Because that is where we are in our comfort zone. I'm in my t-shirt, pajamas, and I'm in my comfort zone. This is where I am most myself. So that is where problems mostly arise. But then you have to give your 100% 110% every day for the person that you want to be with. Only then I think it works.
Man, it's not that thing that it's very conscious that I have to change because my partner wants this and that. This comes subconsciously. We know that the person likes this, so yes, we are bringing that change, and we don't know that we are doing it. Sometimes we don't know, but yes, that change comes up. Like the person likes you dressing like that, and the next time you meet him or her, you will be dressing like that because you know that the person will like you like that. So that's natural.
Okay. Yes, power of subconscious mind is something definitely we'll talk more about later, because we're going to work on self-development also. That's a very interesting point to make. Yes. Anybody else? Because see, this topic has made it almost everyone speaking. So I would like to hear even, so purpose is that I want to hear everybody. Anybody who has not made his or her voice, has not spoken, please do. I'm putting you in another group also. Next, another topic we will do GD. But we have also one more thing, Sushant, please do this thing. So put this message in the group that anybody who was there in the first session and anybody who was not there in both the sessions, tell them please to connect with me personally why they were not there in the session. Okay. And I will put absent for those people who were there in the first session, but not in the second session. If they don't connect, then tell me what was the reason.
Okay, ma'am.
Can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am.
Now you can hear me? I think I was gone for a few seconds. Yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. So I'm saying that please tell them that they just need to connect with me personally, all of them. I'll share my number with you. Okay.
Sure.
Yeah, so and explain to me कि क्या हुआ था, क्यों second में नहीं आए, first में थे, और दो लोग दोनों में नहीं आए, उनको भी बोलो क्यों नहीं आए, because from day one I would like to know everybody and hear their voice. If I have not come across, then it will be difficult for me to evaluate them later. ये बात please उनको बोलो कि they should connect with me, है ना?
Okay.
Yeah, fine. So most of you, I think I've heard. Few or more are left. Let's do a second GD. Before that, since we had talked about this GDP and all, that is one area I want you all to work on. Okay, where you really talk. These details are not like if you are choosing finance, then only you should know. These are general knowledge stuff. Everybody should know, whether you are taking marketing, whether you're taking operations, whatever. When you participate in a GD, when you answer the questions in the interview, these are the information you should use to kind of make your point. These are the facts and figures to kind of make yourself, like get more better attention from others. So please track these GDP, whether it is GDP per capita, whether it is GDP values. You should know the top 10. You should know that what is the total GDP of the world. Track it, different sources, and go with the sources which are authentic. Like, don't take any sources. Don't go by Wikipedia. Wikipedia will give you right information, but that should not be your only source. Go with World Bank. Check at World Bank. World Bank का site पे देखो क्या है GDP. ठीक है? UN के site पे देखो. Just tell me if you are not able to hear me properly, yeah? Because
ma'am, we can hear you very well.
You can hear me, no? Right. So World Bank का site है, UNESCO का site है, WTO का site है. These are the sites that you should really. IMF का site है, International Monetary Fund. These are the websites which many of them they do themselves do the calculation. So उनका थोड़ा difference होगा. World Bank का data में और IMF के data में difference होगा. अगर दोनों ने अलग से किया है calculation, थोड़ा सा आगे पीछे होगा. Right? But these are the sources that you should follow. Coming to that point where we talked about GDP and we talked about GDP PPP and why it can be how that data can be used to show the importance of our country. Whenever you're talking about debating about India, showing what we are a developing country and what is the power we have. Uske liye ye information will be very helpful. Okay. So how? So now see GDP normally how it is calculated. जब हम बोल रहे हैं 2.7 ट्रिलियन डॉलर है इंडिया का जीडीपी, why how it is calculated? Can you tell me? What is your understanding?
Consumption plus investment plus government expenditures plus net export minus import.
Right. So that is the formula to calculate. In a way, you are calculating या तो incoming money or outgoing money. You talk about income or you talk about expense. Okay. That is typical way it is calculated, but I'm saying so that number is calculated in rupees, correct, for our country. But if you want to compare among different countries and you want to say this is 1, number 2, this is 3, there has to be something common, isn't it? I can't talk in rupees and somebody's talking in dollars, then there is no comparison, isn't it? So you can't compare apple to oranges. So it is always converted into dollars. Isn't it? When I say 2.7 trillion dollars, matlab wo exchange rate has come into picture.
Yes.
Yes or no?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Whatever is the exchange rate, that my $1 is 70 rupees. So वो जो भी मेरा number rupees में आता था उसको 70 से divide किया हुआ है, correct? Isn't it?
Yes, ma'am.
So if your dollars, if converted into rupees, will be a big amount, right? But you definitely divide it by your exchange rate, so that will give you the dollar value. Okay. Now, some people believe that. Now, this is a major way. Your $2.7 trillion comes from there only. And this is how mainstream GDP is calculated for all countries. Japan का भी उसी पे तरह से calculate होगा, UK का भी उसी तरीके से calculate होगा, China का भी also it will be calculated like this. But some people believe that my exchange rate definitely reflects that how much dollar is more wanted compared to rupees in the exchange market, of course. But it doesn't show the living standard of my country and doesn't compare that. Meaning, आप ये कहना चाहते हो that 70 times my living standard or whatever I have earned as a country is 70 times less than what US is when I directly divide it by 70. That number becomes so small. And that is why we are at $2.7 trillion and we stand at number 5. But you don't have to compare just exchange rate. That would not be a very right way. So many experts, they believe that, say for example, they compare products in different countries. So they say, okay, suppose if I want to buy one time ka meal in the US, then I have to spend say around $5, $6, $7, $8, $10. Some amount they compare. I'm just giving you general example. So $10 मुझे basic meal, whatever it is, whether it is burger, whether it is some pasta, whatever, immaterial of that, but on an average, अगर मुझे एक टाइम का खाना चाहिए US में, तो मुझे $10 खर्चा करना पड़ेगा. If I want to have one time meal in India, if I want to buy one time meal in India, again I'm not buying the same stuff, but whatever is locally available, सब्जी, रोटी, दाल, राइस, ये जो बेसिक हम लोग के वहाँ locally available खाना है, जो मुझे nutrition देगा, I'm not going to buy what is made in US or sold in US. I'm going to buy what is locally available. So if I want to buy one time ka meal, then how much money on an average I need to spend? So maybe say 200 to 200 rupees, which would be $3.
Yes. On average in India, one for one meal. 200 is too much, ma'am. We can eat in 100 rupees.
Exactly. Even if you take an average, you can have in $1 also हमको मिल जाएगा. 70 rupees में भी मिल जाएगा. 70 rupees में भी एक टाइम का खाना एवरेज में मिल जाएगा. चलो हम डबल कर देते हैं, $2. ठीक है, एवरेज पे. सो वो बोलते हैं कि जब मुझे एक चीज खरीदनी है इंडिया में, तो मेरे को आराम से $2 में मिल रहा है, और वहां जाऊंगा तो $10 में. एक शर्ट खरीदना है जो मुझे यहाँ के वेदर में सूट करेगा, तो मुझे अगेन 150 रुपीज में मिल जाएगा एक शर्ट, $2. मुझे एक शर्ट वहां खरीदना है तो मुझे $5 $10 लगेगा. मैकडी बर्गर जैसी चीज कॉमन
लेते हैं. शर्ट के लिए थोड़ा इट्स अ लिटिल डिफरेंट. वहां पर रेडीमेड शर्ट्स, रेडीमेड गारमेंट्स आर
नॉट द सेम क्वालिटी
देन बनवाया हुआ. यहाँ पर आप बनवा के कपड़े आपको सस्ते पड़ेंगे. But वहाँ पर if you have to get your clothes made, that's much expensive than just buying at a store.
Exactly. So what they do is they compare a lot of products like McD burger. So a McD burger which is available in the US is say $5. So a customized version यहाँ, where size ले लो, ingredients can be customized, but it is available in $1. One small McD meal or McD burger. So likewise, they compare a lot of products. कुछ products ऐसे होंगे wherein you will be able to buy in like say less number. So वहाँ पे अगर $10 लगता है, यहाँ पे मेरा कुछ सिर्फ $2 लगता है one time meal. So my purchasing power is better than that of somebody in the US. Apple का laptop का उल्टा हो जाएगा. There is another thing. So likewise, what they do, they take a basket of goods. They take a basket of goods and they compare. Say $10 में मिल रहा है, $50 में मिल रहा है, यहाँ पे मुझे $70 में मिलेगा. Then my purchasing power is less. But where I am able to get more, saying like the way I'm able to get a meal, I'm able to make a shirt, all these things, my purchasing power is better. Yes or no? Do you agree? Yeah,
yes,
all of you?
Yes, ma'am.
When your purchasing power is better, so what do? They compare for a lot of different products and they found out a number, a factor that they multiply with your GDP. जो current GDP 2.7 जो डॉलर से आया ना, डॉलर का exchange rate से, that को multiply करते हैं. And in our case, in India's case, our purchasing power tends to be much better. And so what happens if you see the list, आप Google करो, PPP के list के हिसाब से what is the rank of India and what is GDP of India?
Ma'am, third rank. PPP के list के हिसाब से third.
Third rank है, और कितना डॉलर है देखो, $1 trillion.
डॉलर मैम मैं नहीं याद है, कुछ 18 something. 8.9.
वीरेंद्र ने उसको भी बताया था. 8.9, which is almost $9 trillion. जो आपका 2.7 है उसका 3 times है. So that way India becomes number 3rd. China becomes number 1 actually. US becomes number 2. So that is actually a very complicated process to calculate that. It is not used mainstream, but it is used as an indicator to show the world, to argue, when you want to argue that yes, India is a promising country. We are not dependent on our food from other countries. If you look at that CIA ka website that I have given to you, उसमें आप देखो GDP contribution by sectors होगा. In that you have 3 sectors: agriculture, service, and manufacturing or industry. So agriculture would be more than 10% for India. That means we are quite self-sufficient. We are not dependent on imports for our food requirements. Check for other countries. Many of the Western countries, उनका check करो, उनका वो agriculture का contribution 1% से भी तो कम नहीं है कहीं पे. 10% से कम है, ज़्यादा है, check. You will know that their contribution of agriculture into GDP is very low. For us, it is not the case. It has its own advantages and disadvantages, of course. But the point is that we are self-sufficient. We don't have to eat what people in the West eat. We can eat what is locally available. We can wear clothes which are locally available and satisfy our requirements. Then why is my GDP reduced by 70? Is my living standard as low as 70 times lower than that of somebody living in the West? That is the question. That is why experts believe that we should not use only dollar exchange rate as a way to calculate GDP. But it is easy, it is simple, it is acceptable everywhere. So it is used. PPP is complicated. A lot of experts will agree, disagree. There will be a lot of debates. That is why it is not used as a mainstream way of calculating GDP. However, it definitely gives a lot of insights, interesting insights. It can be used. ये number use करो. That if you calculate GDP by purchasing power parity method, India stands at number 3. And it is already at $8.9 trillion. See, we hear stories about India reaching $5 trillion because we are looking at the mainstream number 2.7, of course.
Yes.
But अगर PPP
Yes,
देखें तो हम already $9 trillion पे हैं. Yes, you can use. You don't have to say that this is the mainstream one. Say that mainstream wise we are at $2.7 trillion. However, if you see the PPP values, India stands at number 3, and that is something that shows our strength and our power. You get my point?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. Okay, great. We will have one more group. जो बच गया है सबको एक बार we will take GD because I would like to hear everybody. Who all is not there? Pallav, you were not there, right? Rishabh, Kinnari, come on camera. Rishabh, you're there?
Ma'am, in the first GD I was there, ma'am.
Acha, you were there. Okay. Prabmeet.
Ma'am, I'm okay.
Kinnari is here. Prabmeet is here. Matthew, you were there, right? Okay, you had participated.
Yes, ma'am. Was GD.
Yeah. Matthew, do I remember you from the induction classes? Were you there?
Yes, ma'am. You were
Yeah?
you taught us for induction.
Can I hear you? Can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am. I can hear you.
Ma'am, you're audible.
Can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am. We can hear you now.
Yes,
You
ma'am.
cut off in the middle.
Yeah, I got cut off. So I was asking you, Matthew, that do I remember you from the induction classes?
Yes, ma'am. You taught us for the induction.
I did. No, I remember your name very clearly. Yeah. Okay. So now the last group, Saksham,
Yes, ma'am.
will you participate? Alok, आप भी आ जाओ. Alok है. Kinnari is there. Rishabh is there. Rishabh Shetty. 4 हो गया. और कौन बचा है? Prabhameet.
Yes, ma'am.
Please be in the discussion. कितना हो गया? Vihang.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, you will be a part of this. Rajvi. Rajvi. Amruta. Rajvi is here, no? Can't hear you, Rajvi. Amruta, you're there? Amrita, no. Sakshi? Sakshi, you're there? ये जो लोग नाम नहीं रिस्पॉन्ड नहीं करेगा ना उनको भी अभी क्लास से I'll remove. Shivam is here. Shivam, you participate, okay? Then okay. So can you please all write your name in the chat so I have a final count how many are there? Just who all are participating, please write your name in the chat. Nihang, yes. Shivam, Kinnari, Sakshi, okay. Saksham, 4. Who else?
Ma'am, Rishabh and me.
Rishabh and Alok. So 6 are there, no? Okay, so fine. So your topic is mercy killing, which is euthanasia, which means that somebody who is terminally ill should be allowed to take their own life and to embrace death so that their suffering could end by themselves or by their family members. That decision can be taken. In a few countries in the world, it is legal. Some people believe that euthanasia or mercy killing should be made legal in India too. You get the topic? Everybody, any doubts? Do ask. Huh? Deepika, can
you please repeat?
I'll repeat. So, mercy killing, or it is also called euthanasia. Euthanasia. Switzerland is one country I know where euthanasia or mercy killing is legal. What is mercy killing? If somebody is terminally ill, then their relatives or they themselves can give permission to...
To explain this situation, I can give an example. A person who has, let's say, for example, cancer, and this person is very old and that person has been going through endless sessions of chemotherapy, and chemotherapy is very painful. So euthanasia is now, they have been on drugs, they are bedridden, but they're short, these people are not going to be, they're not going to survive, the next couple of days or let's say a month. I think, ma'am, there is a duration which is, prescribed duration ki itna hi time doctor prescribe karna chahiye euthanasia dene ke pehle. So euthanasia, it's a syrup, it's kind of a medicine which is injected and the person just falls asleep and he passes away, and it's called mercy killing, wherein you end the suffering of the other person. You don't want to see them suffer in pain. So that is something, which is practiced. Yeah, ma'am, it's a very interesting subject, very interesting.
Yeah, so everybody clear on that? Anybody has a doubt? No, right? Group members? Okay, so Deepika, can you keep the time?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Sure.
Okay, go ahead.
Hello, ma'am. Yeah, can I talk in?
Yes, start.
Hello.
We can hear you.
Yeah. Can I talk in Hindi?
You can. If you're comfortable, talk in Hindi.
India में legal किया तो भी मतलब I don't know. Maybe if it's legal in India, but we Indians are very much attached to our older ones or relatives. So I don't think so कि अपने seniors या अपने पिताजी या माँ जो भी है वो कैंसर या जैसे प्रार्थना एग्जाम्पल दिया उसमें से गुजर रहे, तो I don't think हम खुद जाके वो कर सकेंगे. मतलब personally I can't do that. So I don't think it is.
Yes, ma'am. It's basically totally depends on the country in which we are living in. So in India, we see our parents or any of our family member or our friends as an respectable manner, or and we get very emotionally attached with it. So doing this kind of stuff in India, I don't think would be legalized in future, but if we look another part of it, this could be good also, because a person to whom you love is suffering from pain, and you don't want to see them in pain, right? So this could be the one reason also. Yeah, so for this, there are the two sides of the coin. It's really a subjective point to debate on.
Ma'am, but I think in India it can't be legal because we are too much connected with our family members or even with our pets. अगर उनको भी कुछ हो जाता है तो we feel so much of hurt. तो ऐसा guilt में we can't live अगर ऐसा legal हुआ mercy killing तो.
Okay.
And one more thing, it's not like about India or any foreign country. Even in foreign, people are attached to their family and friends, right? So it's not about like India or US, or it's about the pain the individual is going through, right? And if they are willing to don't want to live, then that's their decision and the doctor's decision, right? So it's not about India, US, or UK. It's all about the disease through which the individual is going.
I would like to add one point. Like I have read one article about it, from I think 2018, I think a court given a verdict about it, like a passive euthanasia. Like it has been found it is legal under very strict guidelines, and a patient must also from his own will he should follow it, and must be terminally ill or in a vegetative state. Also Supreme Court made it legalized by the withdrawal of life to support the patient's permanently ill situation. Like a person was from state of coma for 42 years. So the Supreme Court decision stated that in their verdict. So I think passively it's legal, but it depends upon the person's family and everybody. Yes.
I believe that we try till very last to save the patient's life in India and everywhere. So in some countries it is legal to some in India it is legal. Personally, it also depends on how the patient is going and how their family sees it. And it's basically their own decision. So there are two sides of the coin, as Shivam mentioned.
Okay.
I personally feel like the mercy killing should be legalized, because unfortunately I have seen and I have witnessed such experiences where I have realized that suffering is very real. So, it's better to, end the suffering. I would say end the suffering for once and all, rather than dying every day.
Yes, sir, I also agree with Vihan. Also, my personal experience think that we should legalize this.
Kinnari, you were saying
Yes, ma'am, I feel that it totally depends on the condition and how the family is, because in some family they are attached to him or her. So like it is possible that it can be legalized and we feel that the suffering can be over. But the family is so connected to him or her that they can't think about the same. So it totally depends upon the person's condition and their family, I feel.
Okay. Anyone else?
And also it should be, so say for example, if it is regulated in India, so it should be regulated on some particular disease. If there is particular disease and an individual is suffering, so it should be regulated in particular disease, right? So if you look onto the way another side, there might be any, what we can say, misuse of that regulation, because not only in India, in all around the world, if it could be regularized, then there will be some misuse of this law as well.
Yes.
So that could be the one thing which government need to take into the consideration.
Correct. Yes. Anyone else in the group? No? Okay, anyone from the audience? Everybody stay on camera and please come on camera. Everyone.
Ma'am,
Yes,
Ma'am,
ma'am. I
I
would
would
like.
like
Yeah.
to say something.
Ma'am, I want to add a point. Like during the 1830 BC, that when the Jainism took birth, and that time only this mercy killing was legal because they named it as Sarnath. And that time it was legal. उसके बाद ऐसा situations आया because 2016 में एक राजस्थान की lady girl थी जो चाहती थी सरनाथ लेने को, but government allow firstly नहीं किए, फिर बहुत सारे controversies हुए थे. उसके बाद government took the actions by saying that कि if anyone wants to go ahead with the mercy killing, then they can go ahead. But it is like after that controversy, many of the people came to the gone through to the courts, and they said that they get so much attached to the people कि अब mercy killing सिर्फ एक part नहीं रह गया है. लोग क्या कर रहे हैं कि लोग gets too much attached to like जब उन्हें डिप्रेशन से नॉल हो रहे हैं तो वो इसको एक पार्ट लेके वो खुद ही खुद सुसाइड वगैरह की तरफ बढ़ रहे, जिसकी वजह से गवर्नमेंट ने इस मर्सिंग किलिंग या मर्सिंग किलिंग को इलीगली प्रूव कर दिया. सरनाथ जो जैनिज्म में था उन्होंने इसे भी इलीगली मान के इसे मतलब लाइक लिटरली ऑफ कर दिया गया है.
Yes, ma'am. Adding on to Akriti's point, in India, actually, the Section 309 of India Penal Code, वो सुसाइड को क्राइम मानते हैं, ठीक है. एंड ये जो मर्सी किलिंग है ये एक्चुअली हाँ इसका एक पार्ट लीगल हुआ है. जो चीज था अगर किसी इंसान का ब्रेन डेड हो जाता है तो उसका परिवार या उसका परिवार से आप पूछ के उसका परिवार का सहमति होना चाहिए, एंड देन यू कैन this is the only criteria to have the mercy killing thing.
Yes, yes. Very interesting point. And even Shivam mentioned about misuse. It's an important angle, where this organ trafficking is a big thing, right? Even during
Yes,
COVID
ma'am.
times.
That would be the one.
Right.
Ma'am, I have something to add.
Yes, yes, Matthew.
I agree with all the points that everybody put forward, but some people spoke about being attached to the family members. Some people said that it shouldn't be legalized because people are attached to their family members. I think 2 or 3 people said this, but everybody needs to understand that euthanasia is a choice. It is a choice that you make for a family member who is suffering and you want to end their suffering. You wouldn't want to remember their last few weeks or days or months, with them being a vegetable or them being, brain dead or something like that. That's not how you want to remember that person. So euthanasia is a choice. It's a choice that the family members take to end that person's suffering. It's not that it should not be legalized. Yes, there probably will be misuse, which is why this needs to be regulated and only has to be a close, immediate blood relative or family member making that decision, but it's a choice.
I'm adding a point with Matthew. We are attached to the person who is suffering from this kind of disease or illness. We are attached to his or her pain. That's why we are understanding that he or she is the pain is killing her every day, and sometimes ये attachment ही होती है जो हमें feel करा रही है उनका pain. So एक तरफ ये attachment reason है कि उनको हम mercy killing ना करें, और दूसरी तरफ attachment ही reason है कि हम उनके साथ वैसा करें.
Yes, ma'am. I didn't just actually what Matthew just said and Deepika just said. If we look into the same, the things that we are barbar that is coming up, it is that attachment factor, and I think that's a bit selfish, to be very honest. See, we are seeing only from our end, right? We are attached. I love that person. He loved that person, but हमारा इसमें कोई function नहीं है. The main thing is about that person only. And if that person in that situation, agar he or she says ki yes, I want to accept its will and mood, if he or she can't take the decision, then as a blood relative of that person, usko neutral होके decision lena chahiye, rather than thinking of the fact that I am attached. Maybe it is my father, maybe it is my mother. Yes, I respect them, I love them more than my whole life. Yes, absolutely true. But then again, think from their viewpoint, put yourself in their shoes. Then it just might be that we might support the same and legalize the same.
So in this situation, can there be a provision wherein, let's say, for example, I am diagnosed with a terminal disease and I will have some time, right, to live. So in that time, I sign the agreement with my family or the hospital. Might as well I make the choice for myself. कि भाई अगर ऐसा situation आ गया कि I'm a vegetable now and there is no scope that I will survive, might as well go with the procedure. Just so, since even let's say I'm also attached to my family, right? So I don't want to put them in a situation where they have to make this choice for me, and it will be much harder for them. I might as well make the choice.
Right.
Ma'am, I would like to say something on this.
Yes,
ma'am, India is a spiritual country. Like as compared to other nations, India is considered as a spiritual land. So I guess here people are more attached to their beliefs more than the emotion. They are more attached to their belief, like the word sin. कि ऐसा कैसे कर सकते हैं हम? So because I have seen scenarios where the patient himself is asking for mercy killing after going through so many of chemotherapies, because he or she can't bear that pain. He himself is asking for mercy killing. So I guess in India, it's because of the beliefs. We can't think practically what's best in that particular situation.
Ma'am, yes, ma'am. There's one more point just popped out in my head. Ma'am, I guess we all have seen that particular news wherein in the COVID period, a husband was suffering from COVID, and the wife, she carried her husband in a toto and just gave husband breath via mouth. So I want to just know the reason behind why the wife chose to do that. She could have, if mercy killing was legal, she could have just left her husband there and die, right? But I believe that India is a land of hopes. We hope for the good for the people, like कि भाई जितना भी वो जिंदा रह ले, होता ना. So people who are rich, वो लोग पैसा लगा देते हैं. जो poor है वो भी पैसा जहां से हो, they try to do each and everything in order to make that people live. So I guess
that should be on live. Yeah, that is a very good point. In the very last case, in the very worst case scenario, this option should be used. That is definitely true. Yes. Yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
Anyone else would like to add anything?
Ma'am, mercy killing is somewhat, it should be partially it should be legal and partially it's not, because किसी का दर्द हम नहीं समझ सकते. We are just emotionally attached to a particular person, so we are just thinking oh my god, they are my I can't live without that person. So that is another thing. But the person who is actually suffering through these pains, unke liye mercy killing should be legal, but a proper procedures, rules, regulations should be followed, and a proper conferences should also be created कि जिससे अगर गवर्नमेंट से लीगली प्रूव कर देगी तो फिर मेजॉरिटी ऑफ पीपल जो डिप्रेशन से गुजर रहे या कुछ और प्रॉब्लम से गुजर तो वो मिसयूज करेंगे. तो इससे बेटर है कि कॉन्फ्रेंस, सेमिनार्स और रूल्स एंड रेगुलेशंस अगर फॉलो किया जाए प्रॉपर्ली, तो मे बी शायद इसका लास्ट कंक्लूजन जो प्रॉपर कंक्लूजन निकल सके.
Strongly regulate. It should be strongly regulated. That is what you are saying,
I
right?
guess
Yes.
what Akriti said depends on the situation. I guess the family members should be able to decide practically at that point of time whether to go for that or not. And for that, I guess she said some seminars or some mental sessions should be considered.
And it should be the last resort, as Sushant said. That focus is always on saving the person.
Exactly.
It should not be something that should come to the mind first or very soon. It should be the last resort when you've tried everything. And then if your medical logic or medical fraternity with their variety of opinions they have taken, and then if they suggest, then it is something that should be considered. Yes.
And that's very similar to what doctors suggest. When the patient's state is very critical, very bad, that they may not recover, there is no point in reviving them. They make you sign a DNR or do not resuscitate. And that is the suggestion from the doctors, and that is the call again that the family members have to take. So in a way, yes, that is, mercy killing. You're letting the disease take its toll. You're letting the patient die naturally. There is no point in reviving a patient and having them be in a vegetative state again after that. So a DNR is, again, it's like a regulated form wherein it is the last resort.
Yes, yes. You can, like what Pratna also said and what you said, that people, when they're alive, you make those agreements. So these days, about like the way you donate, you make decisions about donating your eyes and donating your organs. In the same way, you can take that decision that in case something like this happens to me in the future, then the required procedure should be performed, and I'm okay. I give my permission for that. I'm glad that you all are really having a very mature discussion. This is a very sensitive topic, and you really have done it very beautifully. And I really respect you all for that you've really brought out points with differing opinions also. And that is the beauty of any debate or any group discussion. The point is not to win. Remember, even if you are kind of participating in any GD or anything, it is not a competition to win. So what they are even looking at when they are evaluating you in the GD, most of the recruiters are checking how you are conducting yourself, how you are connecting with the other people in the group, how respectful you are with them, how you ensure that everybody is able to get a chance to speak. So the purpose is not to just make my point and win something. The purpose is to participate in a teamwork. That is the purpose of a GD. If you focus on that, definitely you can come out as. So the point is not to make as many points as I can. Point is, when I make a point, I allow others also to make a point, connect with it, and there should be a flow of discussion. Whenever you become a part of any GD, focus on this. Put your energies in facilitating that. Become an informal leader that way. Get my point?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, we overshot the time. I'm sorry we extended for around 5-7 minutes.
Ma'am, that's absolutely fine. It was fun.
Yes, ma'am. I would like to say just one thing more. Ma'am, thank you for having such a wonderful session. We really enjoyed this. And yes, one more thing. This mercy killing, I was not knowing about this. I actually heard this for the first time. So this type of sessions, it actually helps us to develop more knowledge, which is actually so much good and so much important for ourselves. So thank you, ma'am, for conducting this sessions. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you for being such a wonderful audience, like the way you have conducted yourself in GD and everybody has participated and even kept your videos on for most of the times. I would thank you for that too, because this is a very two-way process. When I bring something for discussion and if I get proper response, it makes a very effective experience. So that you have all have done wonderfully, and I'm looking forward that you will do that in all the sessions in the future also. Attendance, one thing, please be here in class all the times. 100% attendance is what we aim at. Once in a while somebody has any challenge, it is okay, but otherwise show your face in class, participate, speak up. This is how we're looking at it, as a factory, kind of an experimentation lab. Nobody is here to kind of judge anybody. We're just here to learn and discuss and practice.
Sure,
okay. Yeah, so next class, hopefully QuickForce would be kind of configured by then. So basically I'll put something on QuickForce for you to participate there also. And there is one more activity I want you to do, but today we are falling short of time. So that is what I'll introduce that to you in the next session. Okay.
Ma'am, could you please share your number and email
I'll
ID?
share my number. I put it in the chat only. All of you can save my number. Because I would want you to connect with me personally because I'm going to give you some plan also that you have to follow, all of you. And for that, I want you to connect with me personally. Yeah. One thing you can do right away, all of you can, before we meet next class, I want you all to identify 2 strengths of yourselves, all of you. 2 strengths as a person, but not only strengths as in I am honest. Okay, not like that. If you're saying I'm honest or honesty is my strength, then I want examples. Okay, and that should be done on daily basis. So I want all of you to start creating a diary. Make a diary, and in that diary what you do is every day write 2 strengths. You can repeat strengths, not necessarily हर रोज नया strength होना चाहिए. Of course, एक इंसान में इतना सारा strength नहीं, जो है उसी को repeat करो, because I think Kanchika mentioned about subconscious mind. So it's about subconscious mind, and subconscious mind is about repetition. We'll discuss more on this later. But we need to tell ourselves कि मेरे अंदर ये strength है, because हम जिस हिसाब से पले बड़े हैं, हमको बहुत ज्यादा लोगों ने बार बार बोला नहीं है कि हमारे अंदर ये strength है. हमारे अंदर कमियां क्या है वो बहुत बारी
उल्टा बोलते हैं वो लोग
ना. So हमारा subconscious mind ज्यादातर क्या जानता है कि भाई हाँ मेरे में कमियां है, वो तो वो खूब ही जानता है. लाइक अभी मैं आप लोगों को एक एक्सरसाइज बोलूँ ना कि भाई 10 strengths लिखो और 10 weakness लिखो या areas of improvement लिखो, तो सब लोग 10 areas of improvement तुरंत 5 मिनट में खड़ा हो जाएगा लेके, बट स्ट्रेंथ में बोलेगा 2 से 3 से ज्यादा नहीं बढ़ पाएगा. Because you have not done that kind of analysis, you have not done much that kind of and received that kind of feedback also regularly, though it is appreciated, understood by people, but थोड़ा सा expression में कम हो जाता है. So वो हमें अभी we need to bring that back. We need to tell our subconscious mind that yes, आपके अंदर कमियां है पर साथ में strengths भी है, उसको थोड़ा repeatedly बोलना पड़ेगा. So I want to see that diary from all of you. Okay, तो सब लोग diary बनाओ. Virtual diary is also okay. A kind of an paper वाला diary is also okay. But उसमें date wise logging होना चाहिए कि भाई आज 20th October है, Wednesday. So 20th October को कितने बजे टाइम भी लिखो कि 5 PM, 7 PM, 10 PM लिखा. क्या लिखा? 2 strengths. That I am a dependable friend. So I am a dependable friend. Yes. So a week back, one of my friends, his car broke down in the middle of the night. Then he called me because he knew that I will be definitely coming there and helping him. And I went and helped him. And that is how my friends perceive me to be a dependable friend. And I did that also. That's an example to prove your point. Okay. Similarly, Thursday को कल वापस यही strength लिखो. I am dependable. But example change करो. Right, example दूसरा आना चाहिए. थोड़ा past का है तो भी चलेगा, but there should be real examples. So likewise, at least 2 strengths with examples on daily basis होना चाहिए. And just I will take another 5 minutes. I would like to show you that what can be your typical strengths also. See, सिर्फ honesty, punctual ये मत करो, थोड़ा और variety देखो कि क्या आपके अंदर skills है. Analyze yourself. No, somebody would say, I am very good at working alone. Somebody would say, I am somebody who can find information very well. See, Google पे search करना हर किसी को नहीं आता है. इतना we live in a world of information overload. So it's a skill to find a pertinent information. Asking the right questions is a skill. No, managing resources, problem solving, asking for help. Some people, they feel as if they ask for help, it is kind of an insult on themselves. They never ask anybody for help. So that in itself is a skill. You can take a photo of this if you want. You can even look at qualities. I am sensitive. I have empathy. I am sociable. I am dependable. I am quite observant. I learn from a lot of things that I observe around me. ठीक है ना? So ऐसा इसका चाहिए तो फोटो ले लो. ये लिमिटेड ये नहीं होना चाहिए, इससे भी कुछ ज्यादा आपको लगता है something, some strength you have, try to think on those terms. Don't just think on typical standard answers. Can I stop my screen share? फोटो ले लिया ना?
Yes ma'am.
Yes ma'am.
और ये ध्यान रखो, हमको ये अपने आप से सच्चाई अपने आप से बात करना है. We don't want to say this thing in front of an interviewer. वो वाला स्किल नहीं है ये मेरे साथ खुद के साथ honesty वाला strength है. See, when we think of an answer, when we speak in front of an interviewer, वहाँ हम थोड़ा प्लान करके बोलते हैं. हम कुछ चीजें बोलते हैं, कुछ नहीं बोलते, कुछ तरीके से बोलते हैं. Because it's about the other person, of course. वो person जो है interviewer, you're meeting them for the first time. वो आपका काउंसलर तो नहीं है ना, तो वहां जाके तो तुम पूरा ही 100% सच बोलना जरूरी नहीं है ना, कि भाई 100% सच है, झूठ बोलना नहीं है, बट हर चीज बता देना वहां पे जरूरी नहीं है. But here, this is your confrontation with your own self. It's about I talking to myself. So be very honest.
Ma'am, is it gonna work like therapy?
It is definitely therapy, self-therapy.
Because if I'm going to start, if I start writing like everyday thing, what has happened, like that's like very important personal stuff, right?
Yes, it will give you a lot of confidence with your own self, good visibility of understanding of who you are. You tell me next week, do this every day, and you tell me. One more thing I'm telling you to do is, ये strength जो लिखते हो ना डायरी में, so think about these two strengths, recollect when you go to sleep in the night, and when you wake up in morning, before opening your eyes, try to remember these two strengths or any two strengths of yours. आंखें खोलने के पहले याद करो कि मेरी स्ट्रेंथ क्या है, उसको भले रिपीट लगेगा पर बोलो खुद को कि I am a dependable friend. And there should be a smile on your face when you wake up. And then start your day.
मैम ये पॉसिबल है कि नींद में उठने से पहले आंख बंद करके
क्या फिर से बोलो?
हम उठने से पहले
नींद से उठने के पहले ये चीज याद आए कि ये याद करना था, because it is gonna take some
habit. सवाल था जब मैंने पहली बार किया था, पर होता है एक बार याद करोगे ना तो या तो अलार्म रखो एक टाइप का, किसी को बोलो घर में कि याद दिलाए.
Ma'am, sometime habit पड़ जाता है, because I write sometime habit पड़ जाता है. I write every day 2 things I am grateful for. Like since 7 to 8 months, I am writing that every day. So it's a habit now that हाँ याद रहता है.
And you feel good about it?
Yes, every day when I go through some last things, it's always nice to read that.
So अभी शुरू में थोड़ा पल्लव ऐसा होता है, याद नहीं आया ना, सुबह आँख खुल जाती है, फिर याद आता है अरे ये करना है, ठीक है, थोड़ा 1-2 बार आँख खोलने के बाद वापस आँख बंद करके कर लो. बट ऐसा प्रैक्टिस भी करोगे ना तो 2-3-4 दिन में फिर आ जाएगा याद. शुरू में हो सकता है कि भाई आँख खोल दिया लेकिन फिर याद आया, और फिर भी नहीं याद है, ऐसा होता है तो मम्मी को बोलो कि मुझे याद दिलाओ मम्मी कि मेरे को दोस्त.
मैम सुशांत ग्रुप में मैसेज कर देगा.
एक जन को काम दे दो तो याद.
अरे बट ये तो ऐसे इसका ये टाइमिंग का तो कुछ फिक्स नहीं है ना, कोई उठेगा मैं 11 बजे तो अलार्म थोड़ी लगाएगा उसके लिए.
या सो थोड़ा सा जो पर्सनल लेवल पे घर पे जो आपको याद दिला सकते हैं ना, जो आपको चेक करते हैं आप कब उठते हो कब.
मैम यूजुअली जस्ट वी कैन जस्ट कीप द टाइटल एज 2 strengths alarm at 7:30 for the morning, so whenever you wake up, अच्छा हाँ alarm, you then remember.
That is also a good idea. ठीक है, ऐसा आइडिया, ऐसा आदत है कि
मैम I do this for exams, like I write for my alarm why am I supposed to wake up for this task, because mid-sem के लिए पढ़ना है.
अच्छा है, देखते हो आप कई लोग फिर ऐसा बिना खोले ही बंद कर देंगे अलार्म को, तो फिर वहाँ हेल्प नहीं करेगा.
Ma'am, my alarms are like 6. If it's exam is at 7, 6:30 it's late, 6:45 it's too late, and 6:55 you have to wake up now.
See, you can even attach your own audio. अगर ऐसा लगता है ना स्क्रीन नहीं देखोगे तो उसमें कुछ तो सेटिंग होना चाहिए, ऐसा अलार्म भी बजेगा ऑडियो वाला, तो खुद का ही ऑडियो रिकॉर्ड करके डाल दो. Okay, you have to remember.
Ma'am, that would be very weird, like to do.
मैम फिर सुबह सुबह खुद की आवाज बेसुरी लगेगी.
नहीं सुनी जाएगी मैम.
सेल्फ क्रिटिसिज्म मोड में तो ऐसे बाय डिफॉल्ट रहते हैं. देखो पहले हर्ष ने बोल दिया हमें खुद की आवाज नहीं सुनी जाएगी, सो इसीलिए हम स्ट्रेंथ पे फोकस कर रहे हैं. ठीक है, सो व्हाटएवर वर्क्स फॉर यू, बट टेल मी दैट यू हैव डन इट. ये आप करके आओ प्लीज नेक्स्ट क्लास, बिकॉज इसके बेसिस पे अपना CEC 1 होने वाला है. ठीक है,
ओके मैम.
एंड सुशांत, जो लोग भी आज नहीं आया सेकंड सेशन में पूरे आया है, उनको बोलो दे नीड टू अर्जेंटली कनेक्ट विद मी. उनको बोलो एक व्हाट्सएप मैसेज डाले, मुझे बताए कि क्या रीजन है क्यों नहीं आए वो.
हाँ मैम मैसेज ड्रॉप कर दिया.
Ma'am, I didn't come in the first class, so I should also send you a message.
ठीक नहीं, आप हो ना अभी, नेक्स्ट टाइम आओगे ना तो अटेंडेंस कंपलसरी, बट वो ही मैसेज देना है नेक्स्ट टाइम से. unless and until it is something very urgent, please don't miss any class, because here I don't have any way to evaluate you other than your presence in class. Okay?
And ma'am, what about the book that we have received?
Yes.
What about the book that we have received?
You don't have to. There is not any much books that I will tell you from right now. But yes, I will tell you certain books. We will do something wherein we will involve certain books which will connect with our subject. ठीक है? So हम बाद में आराम से I'll give you everybody. हम पूरा group wise ऐसा exercise करेंगे. ठीक है? As of now, don't get into any books. चलेगा. ठीक है? Fine.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
See you then next class.
It was a lovely class,
Yes,
ma'am.
ma'am.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you for the lovely.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.
Bye bye.